I'm starting out my cards with this little cat with a galaxy, and I made about 6 or 8 versions of these. Please check out another video that I did where I compare watercolors and different inks and stuff, and I do this same drawing over and over to compare all the different colors. So check that video out. So for this card, I've chosen the Ken Oliver Color Burst version of this cat with the galaxy. So right here I'm using a silver brush with the Gansai Tambi Kuretake watercolor paint in the silver. It's really beautiful. You should look at getting those watercolors, or I have a video on those if you'd like to see them in action. I swatch them out. And then I also use a toothbrush here to splatter on some more stars, and then eventually I draw a couple of bigger ones on with a Jelly Roll white pen. So what I like about using this Gansai Tambi watercolor to splatter on these stars instead of like an opaque white gouache is the watercolors kind of see-through, so it gives the illusion of they're not too strong, the stars, and then you can really get get it more concentrated and spray on some more sort of bigger stars that are appearing closer to you. I think I've got a wink of, what did I have there? Oh yeah, that's a white Jelly Roll pen. That's where I'm bringing out some sort of more, I'm actually drawing stars on. Okay, so here I've got my Sizzix stamping mat out, and I'm just stamping on a couple of butterflies that I have die cuts for, because I need to put something in the galaxy part of the cat painting, so I figured I'd paint with, those are my Schminke watercolor set, and I'm just gonna color a couple of these butterflies and then die cut it out to put in the middle of the galaxy, just because it looked pretty bare there, and I just didn't want to put words. I don't know, I just felt like doing this butterfly. Don't ask me why. So I'm painting it in the same sort of color scheme as the galaxy, the Ken Oliver color bursts are, so it worked out very well. They matched up pretty nicely. I was surprised. So I'll just let you watch my process here. I don't have much more to say about it. Only really that I'm choosing sort of the same color scheme as the galaxy, so it doesn't, stand out too much. Okay, I'll just say at this point that this butterfly is for a second card. It's not the galaxy one I was working on at the beginning. This is a second card, which is my mother's card, and it's going to have a butterfly on it. Okay, so here you can see which stamping and die set it is. I can't remember the name of it, but I showed it on screen there so that you could tell which one it was. And I took out my little Cuttlebug die cut machine and cut out the butterfly, and it's quite thick cutting the watercolor paper, so it was kind of a little bit hard to get out. And you'll also notice that it didn't cut out the antenna, so I have to paint on the antenna, but that's okay. I like doing that anyway. So here all you crafty friends will recognize the Wink of Stella glitter pen. So I just decided, butterflies, wings, galaxy. Of course you have to have some nice sparkle on the butterfly's wings. So I just glittered that up, and as you can see, the colors of the butterfly sort of blend in nicely with the background. So for my mother's card, I've decided on this little quote about nature to stamp on her card, and I chose a different one for my sister, whose name is Joy, and you will see how I do a die cut of her name later. Here I'm applying the butterfly with my Tombow glue. So this is a different card. This is my mother's card, and it's gonna have a butterfly just with a little bit of white here, which I'm putting on with a white gel pen, and it's going to have the nature quote, and it's different from my sister's card, which will have her name on it. But the reason I'm making two similar cards is because I'll give them to my mother and my sister on Mother's Day, but my mother is my mother, obviously, but my sister is a mother. She's the mother of my nieces, so I don't know, I just felt like she deserved a card too, and why not? Because I have the same, these cards, the cat paintings that I did from doing the testing out of the watercolors, so why not make her a card, right? She deserves one too. So my mother's card here is almost finished, and it's time to draw on the butterfly's antenna, and I just love doing that, and I feel they look better than the original ones that got cut off by the die cut anyway. So here I am trying out which card base color I want to put my mom's card on. First I tried the red, then I tried a couple of others like blue, but I think I like this lilac, so I decided to stick with that. And then I just show a little bit of footage here of cutting up the card base. That's obviously what I'm doing here, and cutting it up, and then I glue the card together. Here I'm using my Teresa Collins tape runner, and someone at Michael's, an employee at Michael's, recommended that to me, and I really, really love it. It's really good. So if you want to get one of those, it's totally worth it. So here I just keep trimming off the edges of the card, and this Fiskars trimmer just gets me really frustrated because I remember in design school, you couldn't have a rough edge, or if you did left a little bit of glue in your project, you would get a low mark. And this Fiskars thing just leaves some edges, left to be desired, let's say. So here I am putting on some nice glittery stock. My sister's name is Joy, so I had this little Joy die cut from Lawn Fawn, and so I cut that out of a sparkly paper, and I'm just fitting it on. This is her card now. See, this is the one I did the galaxy stars on, and I'm just playing with doing with a white gel pen here, doing a star for the dot of the J. Can't remember whether I went with that star. Yeah, I think I left the star instead of the dot for the J, but I'm just trimming off the edges here and filling in a white spot that didn't get filled in with the color burst, so I'm just fixing that up. And then I signed it down there at the bottom. And so here is the end card. I ended up losing the rest of the footage of gluing that on, but as you can see, I literally just glued it on, and it says, "Don't quit your daydream." And I just wrote that in gold pen. So that's the finished card. This one's my sister's. And I ended up choosing blue cardstock for her card, and I just wrote a little bit of little messages inside with gold rub-ons and some white gel pen, and then just my signature back thing, "Keep this in your drawer forever." And here's my finished mother's card, and it says, "Nature always wears the colors of the spirit." That's the nature quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And then I did a little stamp inside and colored that in with watercolors for my mother. And then here's just a little end card that I did for my niece Dolly. It was her 6th birthday this year, and I didn't end up filming this, but I just thought I'd post it for you to see, just for some inspiration if you like to see that. So thank you so much for watching my video. Drop a like if you did like this video, and I'll see you art family later.